Is it? Wait. When did this happen? Oh, wait. That's old. Alright. Anyway. Moving on. Next story. This obviously has to be Herclaus' story. So, let's begin. As you may already know, the city is under attack by the rebels. Our troops are fighting in the Eastern Valley, but the battle is not going well. In fact, there's something else I'm more worried about than this war. What is it? It's the Legatus currently leading the troops. He's the son of a retired veteran. He's well educated, but this is his first conflict. Based on reports I've received, I'm somewhat concerned about his ability to command his troops. You are all very aware that there are many refugees outside the walls of the city who are defenseless. If the Eastern Valley is not defended, all those refugees will be in peril. So you need to win the battles in the Eastern Valley. Exactly. That's why I want to ask you to summon the hero Herclaus to help us win this war. Well, duh! Who else would he call? Stop complaining. At least this one's easy. Very well. I'll summon Herclaus for this task at once. I have a feeling there's more to it than that. I am here to answer your call once again, Crown Mage. Right. Let me fill you in. So, that's the governor's situation, is it? I cannot guarantee victory without first seeing our forces, but if this is your order, Summoner, I will do what I can. We should at least make an attempt. It's within our best interest to make sure nothing happens to the refugees. Especially considering how we're refugees ourselves. Then I'll be counting on you, gentlemen. I'll go ahead and write a letter of recommendation, and the Legatus should treat you well when he sees it. However, keep in mind that his rank is higher than mine. I don't have the authority to make executive decisions regarding military operations, so I cannot guarantee that he'll let any of you command the army. I just hope... well, I hope everything goes well. Don't fret. We will make sure to do our best, Governor. Can I help you? Yes, we have a letter from the governor. We were told it could be possible to meet with the Legatus. The Legatus? The very same, though I suspect the letter will speak for both of us. One moment. What the heck? Wow, that's quite the look. Envoys from the governor. Envoys from the governor. I suppose you could call us that, sir. That has a better tune than better attuned to it than helpers, anyway. You're clean, you're wearing fine clothes, and it seems you're blessed with some wit. I can tell that this letter was certainly written by the governor's hand. So you'll meet with us? Now, I didn't say that. Oh. There is a particularly outlandish claim here, I am afraid. It indicates that this man, the bull, is none other than the guardian of the holy capital, Herclaus. I defend that claim, sir. Well, you certainly have the man's likeness. And his build. But the fact that I cannot ignore is that nobody in my lifetime has seen a crowned mage bring back a warrior from the grave to fight for them. This is just a story from the past. I need new tools and mindsets for modern warfare, not legends and folk heroes. I don't like this man's tone. He cannot be blamed for his doubt, but for his own sake, he mustn't cling to it. You're saying you don't believe us? His doubt is understandable. I'd struggle to believe in summons if I didn't experience them myself. But I wonder. Yes. What could we show you to prove that it's all true? During my days at the Imperial Academy, I studied Herclaus in depth. So tell me something a masquerading peasant wouldn't know. Was it a great bow's arrow, a spear shaped like a serpent, or a lover's dagger? What weapon slayed the legendary Herclaus? Well, that's easy. The dagger gave me life even after its wielder failed in battle, while his brothers died beside him. The great bow was a coward's weapon whose wielder later regretted his choice. But the arrow didn't fail me either. It was the arrow's toxin the wounds would not heal. Nobody should be able to know that. Why not? Unless they were authentic, you mean? We could demonstrate the summon process too if you needed. No, you have shown me enough. This just gives me much to think about. Why am I suspicious that Oh, don't say it. I have an inkling though, just by this alone. I apologize for my poor manners. Part of my duty is to root out imposters and charlatans, especially in times like this. Come, have a meal with me. We can discuss the governor's letter and how to proceed. Jeez! I guess this shows how much we value the army here. I trust this treatment is more to your liking. Well, I certainly like delicious food. Look at all that meat. This looks more like a sort of banquets my followers used to greet me with. The quality is certainly higher than I expected to see. A high enough quality for the palates of the governor's men, I hope. Dude! Is there something wrong? Are you alright, Herclaus? Do I have the permission to speak freely? Well, of course. I hope that you always would anyway. I will not speak freely unless commanded to do so. Right. Very well then. I suppose I will make it a command then. Speak your mind freely as often as you want. As you command, Crown Mage. We were told that the war front was struggling. I expected supplies to be lacking and rations to be running thin. I had prepared to grin and bear a bowl of black broth and a lump of meat for the night, since it's something the soldiers would be accustomed to. But the army can afford meals like this? How exactly is that possible? Oh. Good call. Officers are not infantrymen. The work we do is taxing, and the decisions we make take a considerable amount of deliberation and concentration. I assure you, guaranteeing my officers eat well will not break the chain of my command. War has changed. So the materials and funding aren't an issue for the war effort after all? I have no obligation to disclose that to anybody below my station. I apologize if I am showing disrespect, but I don't understand why a general assessment of supplies would be secret information. You're forgiven for your disrespect. But I can't blame you for your ignorance. You are, after all, from a different time. Tactics, technology, and the chain of command have changed. A modern army must be able to command a considerably larger task force than a few hundred men. So, what can we do to help? The two of you could join the supply chain in the war effort. We aren't soldiers, Legatus. Well, I certainly don't expect you to be combatants. You'd simply help my soldiers get what they need safely from the rear. Is that something the both of you can manage? We'd be better off playing white mage. Well, yes, but what about Herclaus? The presence of a legendary man in my army could cause quite a stir. I'll have to discuss matters alone with him. In the meantime, my men can escort you to the camping grounds on the back line. You can think of it as your base of operations for the war front. Right now? Sooner would be wiser than later. Thank you for your audience, Legatus. Rest well tonight, men. You will meet your squadron's Legatus tomorrow, and your training will begin immediately. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Putting us to work. Training for what? Perhaps it's a formality. They may want us to understand the basic conditioning that they put their troops through. How long do you think he wants us to stay here? didn't give us a time frame for anything. At least his lack of clear communication is consistent. There the both of you are. You've been gone for some time. I had to have a long talk with the Legatus. No? The Legatus seems to be a patient man. But by the end of our discussion, he told me that he would listen to my advice only after the combat had begun. He also thinks that it would disrupt the chain of command if I instructed any of the troops. What? Why? Calm yourself, Vitus. In fairness, the governor's letter never implied that Herclaus would be guaranteed a chain of command. And what is he supposed to do? Well, what's interesting is that he hasn't told me yet. He hasn't told you yet. Can he give you a reason for that, at least? He did say he would let me know how I could help when the war effort starts, and that I should remain on standby. I have a feeling where this is going. This leads me to believe that I will be assisting in your supply chain endeavors until further notice. And how do you really feel about that? I find the behavior strange. A man who wants to win usually finds himself running out of options faster than he would like. But this man acts as if he has too many options. A commander should be confident, but this kind of confidence I haven't seen before. It worries me that this is your first impression. Perhaps we're only worried because we're inexperienced. There might be a good reason for all the secrecy and lack of communication. I have a bad feeling about this. I certainly hope so. I immediately have a bad feeling about this. This is where Zermes would come in handy. Zermes would come in handy here. Getting some information. I feel horrible. Why are they making us run? Don't ask me. My body isn't conditioned for this. Should I carry one of you? No. Stop joking. Joking? They wouldn't allow it. Move! 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 They're giving you basic training. Oh my god. You're giving basic training. And they want they want to work you to death so that you just walk out on him and he can continue going unabated. He's hiding something, and oh my god, I'm gonna let me just call this right now. He wants to lose the war effort. Like, he wants to deliberately lose. Cause he's probably one of those people that hate that probably hate God, I can't think of his name. Probably hates suspicious. I'm so dizzy that I can barely stand. My whole body aches. I don't know if I can eat. You need to. You both look unwell. What gives that away? What gives that away? These regiments are sudden and brutal. Even experienced troops would have some difficulty with them. Excuse me, Decanus. Is this the starting routine for all new recruits? Absolutely. This regiment is implemented by the Imperial Army in the capital. We use it to train the finest soldiers. Those who can't meet metal have no place on the battlefield. And everybody must do this? Your healers? Your non-combatants? Sound of body, sound of mind, recruit. I see. Volsus? Vitus? I don't feel any stronger. I don't think we would after our first day. What does this even have to do with helping out the supply chain? Sorry, what? It's hard to concentrate on anything right now. I don't see the reason in this either. This feels more like a prison camp than a barrack. Don't be so dramatic. They genuinely seem interested in results. But they won't be getting much. Was that Herclaus speaking? What does he mean? See? Even the clever one is acting dumb now. Hey! I think that the regiment needs the Canis and force was created with experienced troops in mind. Or, perhaps for training civilians to anticipate harsh conditions. Maybe that's what the Canis meant before. With the comment about the program being designed for the capital. Volsus! Stop talking, you need to rest. I think I'll be fine. The capital is full of nobles. I'd heard some years ago that entire families trained to enter the military. They eat good food and condition their body from a very young age. The people in this city and the surrounding areas aren't like that. Very few men will meet these training standards. They must be stretched thin. I can see that. 3 days. Yeah, basic training. I've got the thinking, sir. You're not trained to think, recruit. Is this training really necessary for us when we're only going to run supply chains? Who said anything about supply chains? The Legatus. The roles you fulfill are up to me, recruit. And that's a conversation we'll have only if you meet metal. That wasn't the agreement we had with the Legatus at all. An arrangement with the Legatus? Yes, because of our letter from the governor. The governor? Sounds like you're telling me a fib, boy. We're not lying, and we wouldn't have a reason to. A cushy job is plenty enough reason to lie, recruit. I've seen men lie for less. We could always just leave if you aren't going to listen to us. Not unless you want to be arrested for desertion. Would you please listen to us? We're here to help, and there's very little we can do as foot soldiers. You can die for your country. Or we could do what we do best, which is thinking of options to keep ourselves and others alive. Listen, I'll see what I can do. He's not. But until then, your training for the rest of the day proceeds as normal. He's not going to. He does not give two shits. This man does not give two shits. And you guys are being given the runaround. How could the Legatus not know about the letter? I don't know. The Legatus! Dude! He didn't know about the Legatus plans for us either. I have something else to report. Go on then. Earlier today, I heard several conversations taking place about skirmishes on the front line. I thought the war campaign hadn't started yet. Either it started today or it had already been going on. And the Legatus still hasn't met with you? Yeah, I'm telling you, he's giving you guys the runaround. No. What could the Legatus be thinking? He doesn't want, he's scared of, he wants you guys to run off. He wants you guys to run off so he doesn't lose face in the chain of command. Likely that he wants an army worthy of his country. No. Likely that he wants to lose a war. I'm with Bukaki on this one. It's still early. We don't know anything yet. We know that this Legatus doesn't communicate. Oh! Rare footage of Vitus actually angry. Nothing in the last 3 days made any sense. This isn't the way of life that we understand, Vitus. Soldiers are trained to do what we're told. They don't get to ask questions and receive answers. This is true. But that kind of loyalty is earned from a relationship with your men. Through trust and through experience. Through loss, too. You can't demand the most extreme displays of loyalty from men who just joined your cause. And when there's a possibility that your Legatus is comfortable with holding the truth, or even distorting it, loyalty will falter without question. Something is wrong here. It's very possible. I don't think we should immediately jump to rash conclusions. No, we should totally jump to rash conclusions. He is giving you the runaround, and the moment you confront him, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know." Maybe the Legatus was put into an inconvenient position on purpose. Maybe this could be all one big miscommunication. No, it is not. It is not. I know this play. This is common. This is sadly common in everyday affairs that don't even have to do with war. Miscommunication lasting 3 days? If nobody knows about it, sure. Another possibility is that the lower ranking officers aren't doing what they've been told and they're disobeying the Legatus instructions. We have to find out the truth before we act. how should we find out the truth? You should confront the Legatus directly. That's not going to happen. You did so before. It shouldn't be impossible to do so again. It's not going to happen. Not as easy as you think. And waste their time? It's impossible to know what's on somebody's mind if you just talk to them. Not if you pay enough attention and ask the right questions. They asked the right questions before and he refused to answer. If the Legatus acts impossible, then it stands to reason that his superiors should be contacted. There's not really anyone superior at the moment. That's the problem. The governor himself, if it comes down to it, he's not the superior. The governor already said he doesn't outrank the Legatus. Something else they could do is save some time and collect information from the soldiers in the camp. And get them charged for conspiring? Ah! Can you really call something a conspiracy if enough people agree that something is wrong? That's not true at all. It would still be taken as such. Oh my god. You are being hard, Makari. Well, we have to do something one way or another. What will it be, Vitus? Dude, I already know. Yeah, let's ask around what's going on, because I don't want to, because he's not going to talk if we confront him. He's just going to play it off. Okay. We can handle this on our own and gather information around the camp. But it's so hard to walk. Please, let me help the both of you. Lean on me anytime. Wait, you want to help us out? You're not even a little bit tired from all the things they made us do? It's not so bad if you train for most of your life. If you say so. You're a refugee too? Well, sort of. We are. That's what I thought. You're in it deep with us. What's that supposed to mean? It's like I said, you're in trouble. We joined the army because we were promised shelter and food. But what we're getting is a quick burial. What? What do you mean? You don't know? You haven't noticed that you only see other refugees in this squadron? The locals have their own groups. Must think they're special. But why are the refugees and local civilians separated? Because refugees go to the front line first. Why else do you think they're running us down like this? It's because they like it. Bastards. Listen. The other soldiers might have the advantage of where they were born. But we have something better. We have the hero Herclaus with us. Who's she? Never heard of her. He and him. There's a poem about him, you know. He's Herclaus, the strong and true. His spear could pierce the ocean blue. Not even the arrow that cut him down could make his people's sorrow drown. Guess we need to bring Herclaus out and convince them the old-fashioned way, Vitus. If we must. How are we going to convince these men that Herclaus can help them? Let alone that he's a hero from the past. Well, these men didn't seem very interested in verse. If you told me you could summon a centuries-old hero with a spear, I wouldn't believe it either. So it all comes down to seeing, man. It often does. Right, then. I'll argue to prove that Herclaus' identity, and you act as the opposition. That works for me. Oh my god, what is this? Oh my god, what the heck is this? This guy, he's supposed to be helping me. All right. Did you see that? The young man called out and the bull appeared in a bolt of light. I've seen fireworks before. Could be a trick. No tricks. The man I summoned for you is the legendary spearman Herclaus. Herclaus was a master tactician and one of the strongest men in the world. You're not going to convince anyone until you can prove that. Great point. How are we supposed to prove that, Herclaus? Simple works best. Why don't you all try and knock me off my feet? Which one of us? All of you! What? You heard him. Charge! Switching hands yet. Instead, I don't have enough energy for the steel. I wish I knew what his hand was. I'm going to just have to trust my faith in this. You know, there was another poem about Herclaus. Was there? I don't recall. It went something like, horns of hazel, cape of red, spear of thunder, hoof tread, gold eye gaze, fur thick as night, Herclaus holds younglings in tight. Ain't that a lullaby? I don't remember it going like that, though. You got no time to sleep. We've got a man to pull over. I think our mentor may have modified that one. I think you might be right. Wish I had 2 energy. The fact of the matter is that he goes first. But what I can do is take this. Doesn't have anything to play, so that's good. So I could replace, but I think no, I didn't have a yellow. Now that I think about it. He's gonna exchange his hand for energy. Yep. Probably steal back. Yep. Oh. Right. Right you are then. I'd rather keep my hand. He has no cards, so he can't play anything. So. He has no cards to discard either. There's no energy either. Oh. All right. He has no. All right. Let me replace. Move energy. Okay. Neither of us can play anything. I was desperate at doing it. Oh, he ran disparity on me. Okay. This changes things. I forgot he had disparity going. This changes my game plan now. Is he? What is he? I've already told you. But the dead can't really come back to life. And if they did, they wouldn't fight alongside us, trash. I'll have to show you that you're both wrong. We can do this all day, men. He's gonna do a steal back. Or not. Just heal. Okay. Best bet is the prey. Disparity just yet. I'll hold off till the time comes. Hopefully I get something I can play. Because he's going to heal next round, and he's probably going to play Makari-Hari again. I essentially have two options. Chose to heal. He chose to heal, and he chose to restore his hand. So he only has one card in hand now. Once again, Krokos steals the victory. I've never seen a man move like this before. He picked me up with one hand. It's not normal. Well, of course it isn't normal. He's the hero Herclaus. I was gonna try and win it with... He just kept stealing it back, though. So you're saying that's him, that man over there. He's alive? Enough. It's rather complicated, really. Best not to go into it. But he can fight and he can protect us. Are the two of you making promises about me? No. Yes. We told these men you'll protect us. Would you all like to know a secret then? Yes. Please. The best way to protect yourself is to protect one another. When you see another soldier hurting, lend him your aid. If a man is starving, share your food. Don't ever leave another soldier behind on the field. Alone you are strong, but the strength of your unit will be the difference between life or death. And it's not just physical strength that matters. Sure, but you're not allowed to say such things when it's a matter of fact that you're one of the strongest men who ever lived. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. It's rude. I think I have to agree with Volsus here. Let Herclaus finish. Let Herclaus finish! Yeah, shut your maws! Good evening, men. Legatus. Oh, you're finally here. You sound as though you expected me. Of course we did. There's been a mistake. Nobody has taught us anything about the supply chain. We're being treated as if we're meant to be combatants. And you're surprised by this? What? Of course we're surprised. Why wouldn't we be? I was only trying to make you understand what all the men in this army have to go through. Bullshit. I assure you that you're still planned to be part of the supply chain. Bull. Our Decanus didn't say anything of the sort. Then I'll have to have a word with him. Bull. But frankly, might I have a word with Vitus, with only Vitus and Volsus? I will do what they ask of me. And they have asked me to watch over them. I think this is fine, Herclaus. Summon me when I am needed once more. Right then. There is rumor spreading that Herclaus is going to lead my troops. Even some of my own officers suggest it. But isn't he? In truth, we didn't know that he would lead, but we assumed you would use him for something. The governor sent you to assist me with the war effort. So he sent me the two of you. And then he sent me Herclaus, the legendary Herclaus. The mighty Herclaus who's lived hundreds of years ago. I know all about him. I know he holds his spear, how he holds his spear. I know how he rallied his men. I know how he lived and died. But I also know my own men. Would the two of you go so far as to tell me that I'm not capable of making decisions required of my post? What? I'll speak plainly. I do not want to give a man who lived hundreds of years ago and who does not understand modern warfare control over my troops. I think I understand your hesitation. I don't think you understand a thing, actually. Your boy's playing soldier at the behest of the governor. You don't understand anything. I might not understand war, but I do have the capacity to learn. And we're no strangers to tactics. I can't. Sir, come quickly! Sir, the rebels! They ambushed our patrols in the east! What? The Centurion is wounded. He's incapacitated. Sir, the men are terrified. They need a morale boost. They need a good kick to come to their senses. Why? They're chanting his name. Well then, looks like Herclaus has a chance to prove himself tonight. Tonight? Legatus will act as a Legatus. What? Volsis will be his second in command. His second in command? Really? They aren't prepared for something like that. And Herclaus will act as our tactician. Lead your men, hero. Very well. We tend to the wounded and we wait until sunrise. Sunrise? Yes, if they hold a strategic position in the dark, we could lose a lot of men. Get a good night's rest and we'll prepare for tomorrow. Okay, I think it moved to a different chapter. Yeah, in the midst of it. So, let me bookmark. Yeah, it moved to a different chapter after that battle. Okay.